Today we're recreating famous mob bosses' favorite meals.
You like my mob wife aesthetic?
You look like a soprano that didn't make the final cut.
What does that mean? Like they died?
Today's historic meal is inspired by the mafiosos of the Roaring Twenties. The Prohibition era started in 1920 with the 18th Amendment to the US Constitution, which banned the manufacture, transportation, and sale of intoxicating liquors. With bars and breweries out of business, someone had to step in to fuel the thirst of the Roaring Twenties. No one was better equipped than the mobsters. They could protect illegal breweries and bootlegging operations from rival gangs, provide security for speakeasies, and pay off nosy cops and politicians to leave them alone. Prohibition was finally repealed in 1933, but the sophisticated black market business schemes and money laundering tactics of organized crime were here to stay. Today we're recreating the mob bosses Al Capone, Meyer Lansky, and Joe Maseria's favorite meals. We're making eggplant caponata, clams oreganata, spaghetti with walnut sauce, Grandma Teresa's ragu, and then some good old-fashioned cheese blintzes.
Well, guess I better get my costume on for my character.
You have a second costume?
What does that mean?
You wear this out?
I have a date later.
Where, the Olive Garden?
I should have thought about this.
It's time for Meals of History!
Hey, oh, no, okay, listen. I won't talk to you. I'm not gonna talk no matter what you do to me.
You don't have to say anything, I'm so
hey,
sorry.
If you had to do something, what would you do to me?
I don't want to do anything to you. I was planning on making spaghetti. Would you like to make...
No, listen. Just tell me.
I don't want to tell you. Now you've made it weird, frankly.
Would you like, I don't know, like, say you pull my fingernails off.
I don't want to do that at all. I would like to make spaghetti. I've simply come here to make spaghetti.
I get it.
Can I ask you, who are you?
I ain't talking.
Oh, yeah, okay.
No matter what you do to me.
If you
had to do
I
something.
don't do anything to you. Have you been bad? Do you need punishment?
You get right, like, next to my ear. And you just go, ah!
How would you like me to...
Ah! Oh, yeah. All right, I'll tell you something.
Not doing that.
I'll tell you something.
Go ahead.
My name's Alan Capone.
Al Capone, for sure. Different.
Don't do that.
Different one. Don't, no, sorry, I'm so sorry.
Oh, no. They call me Alan.
Alan Capone.
Well, sometimes. It's Lil Al fingernails.
Lil Al fingernails. Are you related?
Because I like getting my fingernails taken
to the Al Capone? Alphonse Gabriel Capone? You're related to him?
Yeah, he's my cousin.
He's your cousin, okay.
Nice guy.
What's incredible, we're actually making some of Al Capone's favorite recipes. As I understand, you may or may not have been there. You don't have to tell me your whereabouts, but
you know what it's gonna cost you.
I don't have any money. He would have Sunday supper.
Not what I want.
He would have Sunday dinner every single Sunday at his grandmother's house, cooking their Ligurian cuisine at 1 p.m. every Sunday. And so we're actually making some of her recipes, which were some of his favorites. Were you at those dinners? You eat them?
I love those dinners. They're my favorites. I don't know if I'm gonna be invited anymore.
What'd you do?
What'd you do? And maybe he'd talk.
Who'd you talk to? FBI, I'm not an informant, I swear to God. I'm just a simple cook trying to make spaghetti over here, trying to make some Sunday gravy.
A rat.
Oh, no. Am I implicated now?
Nah, I don't think they care about you. Well, I don't know.
All right, we'll figure that out.
Just don't smile at me too much.
I'm not trying to.
Listen, I told the cops everything just because they promised me they'd tickle my armpits till I got a hernia.
Oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to.
And then they did it.
You can talk about your armpits later. What I'm making right now.
They also call me Lil Al Armpits sometimes.
A lot of the information we're getting is from Deirdre Marie Capone's book, Uncle Al Capone, where she actually gives recipes that they would eat in supper. And the funny thing about this is Deirdre Marie's Aunt Mafia, right? That's Al Capone's cousin.
Boy, how long did it take you to memorize all of these M names?
So
You were
many.
like, Mafia,
Mary,
Maffie.
Modine. Yeah, exactly.
There's gonna be a Meyer coming up too.
Oh, no!
But so this recipe, Mafia opens a deli, and apparently, this is a legend, nobody knows if it's actually true, but nobody wants to question the Capone family for whatever reason. So she opens the deli and she's serving lasagna. Guy comes in, says, hey, that sauce in the lasagna is incredible. Can I get the recipe for it? Legend has it, he turned that into the original Ragu Company's sauce they bottled, turned it into like $1 billion sauce empire. So this is, according to legend, that sauce. Can I put you to work real quick?
Okay.
Okay, so what I need you to do, I need you to take these onions, the fennel, the nutmeg, and the basil, put it inside here. I don't know if you have any experience rolling things up in some sort of carpet-like.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, they only give me the little guys.
Yeah, well, these are little guys.
I'm not very strong.
Who's the littlest guy
Look how
you've had
big
to
this
roll
suit is on me.
You look
Look at it.
smashing. You look
I look
really
like,
good.
I mean, the talking heads.
So can you roll that up in the cheesecloth, and then we're gonna tie that up. We're gonna put that in the ragu. We're gonna let that simmer
All
for a long
right.
time. And if we screw up this recipe, there might be people coming for us. I don't know.
Roll
Well,
it
you'd
up.
like that. I don't.
Like a body.
Just like a body.
Yeah.
And then while you're doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and chop up some garlic because there was another dish that apparently was Al
Well, I gotta
Capone's-
chop these a lot smaller if I'm gonna do that.
What?
Well, that's how you put away a body.
No, no. Oh. Spaghetti alla noce. It's spaghetti and walnut sauce. Allegedly, this was Al Capone's single favorite dish of all time. It's a very specific
Putting this
Southern
in
Italian dish. Put that in there. That's fennel, which I thought was really interesting. That's gonna give it a nice little.
So far,
licorice
I'm not very
sweetness to
excited
it.
about this.
No, it's gonna be good. We're eating
It's
spaghetti.
what-
You like spaghetti with Sunday gravy? Huh? You go over to Ma's house, eat a little gabagool.
Yes.
You know?
What do I do with that nut?
Yeah, put the nut in there. That's nutmeg.
Just the whole nut?
The whole nut. The whole nut. That's gonna perfume it. It's gonna give it some nice flavor. You never wrapped up
Oh,
a
wait,
whole
you
nut?
just like put up, you just put shit in.
You ever have a nut
You just
cloth?
put stuff in bowls and said put it in a cloth and tie it up.
Yes!
These are you guys are just coming up with jobs for me at this point.
No, that's a real
I just,
cooking technique.
maybe
This is
one
called
of
a
these.
sachet.
I know, it's cute.
Or a
I
bouquet
appreciate
garni.
this.
Like, we're making a
'Cause
real
I'm
thing.
not a good cook.
Correct.
But like, the thing is, you guys could also trick me into doing chores if you
That is
wanted
true,
to.
yeah.
Be like, here, wash this dish. I'd be like, okay, like I would tell
Yeah,
you
call
to
that
do
getting
it.
Miyagi.
Am I putting that in there?
No, not that in there. Don't put that in there. I'm
What
gonna put
I
that in
doing
there. Don't put that in there. Put that in there. Don't put that in there. I'm gonna put that in there. I'm stuck. I'm talking like one of them.
Is this on fire? I actually have a little bit of a business.
What's that?
I wonder if you're interested in it. It's called
sure.
Everything's a Flask.
Well, I feel like you should.
Everything can be a flask.
I will say,
Watch
the goal of a flask is to keep alcohol consumption private, but you're saying that everything is a flask right off the bat.
I don't
feel
know.
like-
These are actually kind of tricky.
Have you ever thought
Let me see.
that
One
maybe
second.
a better name for it is nothing is a flask?
No.
Okay.
This is kind of like what's that thing you guys watch called Is It Cake? This is It Flask? I'm gonna show it. Oh, what? There's something in here?
So the funny thing about Prohibition is that
It's a cup.
Prohibition,
I found the cup.
Prohibition banned the manufacture, distribution, and sale, but they never
doesn't work.
banned drinking. So drinking was not a crime, which was incredible because then they actually sort of switched that policy in the drug wars in the 70s, which the
spoon.
Mafia was, of course, very much involved in as well.
What you do is you hollow out the spoon. You just get a big hole in there.
Okay.
Then you put the booze in there. Boom, flask.
I don't know that that's transportable like a flask.
Just telling you, these are the things. This is not a flask, but it will be.
I
You know what
I heard that Al
You bring me a
Capone-
thing, I make it into a flask.
I heard that he took over the South Side Gang when he was only 26 years old because
seem very impressed by my flask.
there were a lot of very legitimate organization members who did not believe that Prohibition was the
guy's
business
attitude,
opportunity that it actually ended up being. So some people are like, hey, we ain't getting into the booze game. I know you are because you got the flask.
Yeah, but it's like the only straight-laced thing I do. Everything else is horrible.
That's the most noble.
I am
part
not a
of your
good man.
game. What's the worst thing you've done? You can whisper it to me
Wouldn't you
privately.
like to know?
I'm adding a little bit of chili flakes.
I
to
don't
this
understand
garlic.
why you put this over here when you're doing things right here.
Put it over there.
What is this? Put it over where?
Put it over there.
Oh.
Just move it over there, and then I can make my spaghetti alla noce. It's a very complex
Ow, this
Georgian
thing popped
dish.
me in the neck.
Yeah, it's
I
boiling
could've
away.
been-
It's
what
your
was
problem
that?
now. It's your
What
no.
was it? Am I
Get down,
bleeding?
get down.
Am I bleeding? Ah!
Now I'm
I put
gonna
this
toast
in the
up,
back. I
toast
know
up some
this
walnuts.
is very riveting film you want to get here of me rolling this up, but I'm gonna put it back here for a minute.
So we're adding the toasted walnuts to the oil, and then you're actually gonna sort of emulsify pasta water into this. This is just rip roaring. I don't.
I don't know
Just
what
to
I'm doing.
finish this.
What do I do? I put it in here and then make a little twist?
Absolutely. They say Prohibition was the best thing that ever happened to organized crime, and also the expansion west. So Al Capone, as you well know, your
Yeah,
brother.
my cousin.
You cousin.
He's gonna kill me.
Sorry.
Oh no.
You're operating out of Chicago, right? You lived here your whole life?
Yep. Yes.
As everybody was migrating out west, so too did organized crime. And so, like, Mafia, of course, has deep roots in southern Italy, but also in Manhattan, there was a really big market. But a lot of young, enterprising mafiosos were like, yo, I can go somewhere where nobody else is, and I can corner the bootlegging market. And they were really involved in every sort of vice market. So you had prostitution, you had gambling, you had bootlegging, you had hard drugs. They were really doing it all, and they were laundering it through legit businesses like construction. There you go, you did good. No one's gonna find it now.
This is more what I do with the head.
This spaghetti alla noce is almost done. This is looking fantastic. I've never had anything like this. Don't do it. It's not a bowl.
I'm not worried about it.
You're fine. I'm gonna add a little bit
What
more
do I
pasta
do with
water.
this?
Drop it in the sauce.
God.
Drop it in the sauce. God God, you take orders terribly for such a hierarchical
That's why
organization.
they're trying to kill me.
What rank did you rise up to in the organization until they're like, maybe we shouldn't let them rise to their level of incompetence?
Well, here's what I mainly do. We do a lot of things around the community as well. We
Of
have a
course.
soup kitchen.
Really did.
Al Capone, he opened the first soup kitchen in Chicago.
It was apparently really good soup, I've heard.
It was? That's good.
Incredible.
I don't eat it. I am always afraid they're poisoning me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I also tutor kids in math on Tuesday at the community center.
Are you good at math?
Well, they're basically my bookie.
Okay, yeah, well,
You
yeah.
just give them some water and a cracker, and then they just go in a closet and do it forever.
Spaghetti alla noche's done. We got our lovely walnut sauce. We're gonna top that with a little bit of parm. You can let this ragu cook, make some spaghetti with it.
My nose is running. I don't like it. I like pain, but I
Alan
don't like a
Capone
runny
runs
nose.
from nobody except my nose. I think we're good.
All right, this was a short episode.
Let's get out of here. Emily, I love goofing around with you.
Oh, boy, howdy. I do too.
And I bet they love watching us goof around.
Yeah, I hope so.
And if you want to watch us goof around in person, live, we're coming out to Texas the weekend of November 15th and 16th, doing 2 shows in Houston and Dallas.
Yep, and we're doing meet and greets.
We're making food.
That's right.
What a good segue. So we are making what should have been the last meal of Joe the Boss Masseria. So I say what should have been the last meal because the autopsy report said he died on an empty stomach. He was at Nuova Villa Tamaro, a restaurant in Coney Island. He was having dinner with his associate, Lucky Luciano. They're waiting for their food, they're playing cards. Lucky Luciano gets up, goes to the bathroom, comes back. Uh-oh, Joe Masseria's got a bunch of gunshots to the back.
How'd they not hear that?
Well, he needed an alibi, said he was in the bathroom. Turns out his own associate is the one who ended his life. So he's the one, he was working with Salvatore Little Caesar Maranzano. He becomes Il Capo di Tutti Capi, which means the boss of all bosses. But then Lucky Luciano, who's now underneath him, he double crosses him, and then he kills Maranzano, becoming the head of the five crime families. This is like Game of Thrones. How did you guys do this? The Castella Marese War is absolutely nuts. It all happened in 1931. Where were you?
Where am I now?
Can you put those clams in the oven? Thank you. We gotta open the clams to make our
I'm
oregano
gonna
pasta.
say the story. Bottom rack or top?
Bottom.
Can you pull that all the way down?
What?
Thank you.
Yeah, oh, sorry, your suit is, yeah.
Also, I'm afraid. Okay, there we go. Speaking of crossovers, what were you saying? Game of Thrones?
Yeah, it's like the mob was like Game of Thrones. All these characters that you've likely
Yeah.
heard of.
Totally, but also, hang on. I had a great in, and then you made me do that.
There were actually
Okay,
a
I
lot.
got
Okay,
it.
go ahead.
So, Al Capone has a lot of hideouts throughout the United States. In every state I've ever lived in, they've said that like he had a hideout here. And when I was in college in Arkansas, Hot Springs, Arkansas, they said was one of his hideouts.
Sure was?
Yep. And then I was like, oh, I wonder what other places he's had hideouts. And then I Googled it just like randomly, and all it did was say places in Chicago. But if you put hideout spots, Al Capone, and then a name of a state, he had one in every state.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
Well, so there was actually a reason for that. So like Hot
Well,
Springs,
yeah, I bet
Arkansas-
there's a reason for that. Like, it's like,
Oh yeah, I didn't think about
but
it.
it's genius. I went, surely not Alabama.
Well,
and
there's-
then it was his sister's husband built a house in Alabama. It's said to be one of the most haunted houses in the country. So it's like he literally had places everywhere.
Yeah. All right, I'm adding a little bit of vinegar to this. So you want to cook down all the vinegar and all of like, it's kind of a sweet and sour eggplant dip. But the reason that he had so many hideouts and so many mafia bosses did in all these small towns is because that's where it was easier to buy politicians and law enforcement because there were few of them. And then you had all these other people, like people think of mafia, right, as an Italian thing, which it very much was, to be a made man in the syndicate. Look at him go. Folks.
Do I look
This is why
like
they didn't
Julie
make you a made
Andrews
man.
from Victor Victoria? I do.
Ew, maybe I should just talk like this for the rest of the day. What should I say as a mobster, as Julie Andrews?
So Lucky Luciano, right, he wants power for himself because all these guys wanted power.
So I didn't do
Oregano.
research about Maranzano,
Chili.
but I did a lot of Al Capone stuff, so can I do
You
some
can talk
more
Al
of it?
Capone, man. They're all connected, you know?
All right, so
On
Al
top of that,
Capone got
especially.
like expelled from school when he was a kid because he punched his female teacher.
That's it.
And it made me think about a legend that I grew up with who has passed away. His name was Sputnik Neon Television Rushing. That was his real name. He had a mullet down to his ass, and he put a tack in my second grade teacher's chair.
Sorry, what was his name?
Sputnik Neon Television Rushing.
Who were his parents?
I don't think we saw much of them.
Gwyneth Paltrow? Like, I feel like she'd name someone.
No, that's like, you know, bikers and unsavory. Not that bikers are unsavory, but his parents were unsavory and his grandparents were bikers.
All right, we got the clams out. We've opened them up. It's gonna pop a knob of butter. The butter's gonna melt as this all roasts in there. The Captioning, you give that a stir, Al, please? Al, give that a stir or else I'm not gonna spank you with little bullets.
Really?
You get a nice little bullet spanking if you stir the Captioning, huh? Yeah, they'd be nice. The little ones that you like, they sting.
They sting a little bit, yeah. You pierce the skin just slightly.
Topping this with the breadcrumbs. There's that broth and a little bit of that olive oil on the breadcrumbs. It's gonna dehydrate, get nice and crispy. You got a ton of aromatics in there.
Oh, that looks very nice.
You go just like they used to serve at Nova Villa Tamaro. They did have to close down once all the murders happened at the restaurant, you see. People were murdered at restaurants.
No,
It's not a flask. It's not a flask.
This could definitely be a flask. You wanna know why?
Oh, wait,
You could just put a hole in it. And then you fill it with alcohol and then it's a flask.
Hey, I got
Just
a flask for you. I got a little flask for you. Here, don't look.
What is it? I don't like that. Oh, this is it. You gotta get the other half. You gotta get the other half. You gotta clam flask.
Hold on.
Classic flask. Classic flask. I love it. Yes. Perfect. Then you just pop her open. See, it's genius.
They said that the Mafia is really one of the most incredibly run business organizations.
Listen, you just put a hole in it.
With talent like Al, I see
and
why.
And then you fill it with alcohol, and then it's a flask.
Rolling off the oregano, we got the Captioning cooking. Al's figuring out how to get it hooched.
Well, no, it's like, I'm very good at it. I may have, like, kind of took some money from the flask business. And that's another reason why they're mad at me. But I make all the flasks. I make them all. Look at this. Flask. Easy.
Now we're making a little dessert, a little sweet treat.
All right.
These are cheese blintzes. Now these are the favorite of Meyer Lansky, also known as the mob's accountant. He was part of the Jewish Mafia, but then organized everybody in the Atlantic City Conference in what was called the National Crime Syndicate. He took Irish mafiosos, he took Italian mafiosos, Jewish mafiosos, said, hey, we should all organize our crime, truly creating like the modern corporate structure of organized crime. And he loved Ratner's Deli on Delancey Street, open since 1918. His favorite thing to order there were the blintzes. They had his own Meyer Lansky room in the back where he and Bugsy Siegel would hang out and do all kinds of crimes. I'm gonna switch these pans. Can you make the filling for me?
I just put it all in that bowl and stir it around.
Put all this. I want to see if you can do this. Not that I don't trust you to do things. You do great things. But you need to put those 3 things in that one bowl and stir it around. And I don't mean to be patronizing. I don't mean to be patronizing.
Honestly, I think you gave me too much based on the other stuff you've had me do. One of these is oranger than the other. Is that on purpose?
Yes, I've bred the chickens, one to have a slightly less orange yolk, only to confuse you.
It's kind of hot. You looking at it? That's as close as I can do twerking, actually. I don't think that I can, like, physically twerk. I don't think, even if you taught me and I took a class, I couldn't do it. I was just saying, I think I'm definitely gonna get a hip replacement eventually.
You did say that, yeah.
Yeah. I think that one of my legs is longer than the other, and I don't know what you do about that.
Probably just cut them off and replace them.
Or you just shave them down. You just kind of, you take one off and you kind of.
Look at what they do with a tooth for a crown.
Oh my gosh, yes. I have one of those. Do you have a crown?
I have like 6, man.
You have 6?
Hey, Doc! Make one more crave. How's that feeling? Can you taste it?
Okay. Ooh, nice. It's like a cheesecake.
Yum, 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 yum. You know what, man? I'm just gonna put the butter right in here, dude. I don't care. I like that pan.
What are you doing?
Man? I'm gonna fry up my thingies in butter. Fry up my thingy things in butter. I don't want to use that pan anymore. We're going over here. We got the hot butter, so now we gotta fill our blintzes.
Okay.
Okay.
What do I do?
This is hot.
I don't know. I'm looking for things to call a flask because I want to keep that bit going.
All right. Hey,
Okay.
look over
I'm gonna
here.
add some of our filling in here.
Oh, look
What?
here.
Nah, she's fine. She's okay.
This right here, this is a flask. See, you take its little head off, you cut a hole in there,
Do you?
and you put some alcohol in
Now,
it.
let me ask you about
What?
this. Do you have to like sort of acquire seed
good.
funding?
What?
Do you have to acquire seed funding from your cousin Al to like get this business off the ground, or what are your goals with, like, what's your
the
10-year
business
plan?
is off the ground already. All right.
It's off the ground. Okay.
It's prohibition. Everybody
sir.
needs a little flask.
That's a good
This is
call,
for
you know.
children.
But I mean, what sort of like EBITDA
Every
are
kid
you
needs a
working
flask
with?
because they're also my bookies.
That's right. The book.
So they need a flask. You know, they work hard.
Frying off these lovely blintzes. We're gonna get some browning on both sides. Top 'em a little bit of powdered sugar.
You know what? I don't think I knew what a blintz was.
Yeah, a little juice.
In my mind, I was thinking of like a little pierogi situation.
This is spiritually adjacent to a pierogi. Meyer Lansky was Polish, despite being born in Odessa to the Russian Empire. He insists on calling himself Polish.
Wow. What do you do with all of this?
Stays in there forever. That's the crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I know.
I don't remember anything. Ever.
You didn't remember these were blintzes.
I've never known.
Alan, look at what we have done.
I love it.
Both of us equally with an equal amount of effort. Can I dish you up some of your grandmother's
I would love
ragu?
some. Yes, my grandmother. I love it.
Gosh, this
All
is
right,
still
all right, all
impossible.
right.
Hold on. Let's get some more of that sauce on there for you. Yeah, get the sauce.
Look
You're
at
growing.
that. Did you
boy,
hire a
energy.
small bird to sip up some wine and then put it in this cup?
That is exactly what we did. You'll be surprised at the
Jeez.
rates of small birds these days. It's very low. Can I have some of the pasta alla noce? Some of Al Capone's favorite. That's
Yep.
that one. That's the one.
I totally know what this is. I've seen it many times. Here you go.
Including today when we made
Today,
it.
it's just like I see it so many days.
This beautiful brown walnut sauce. I've never had anything like this. Here, you want me to dish you some?
Yes, please.
Eat.
Perfect,
So,
perfect.
we got a lot of
Oh.
other stuff on the
That's
table.
that.
We got the soup. Like you said, your family, the Capone family, they ran a soup kitchen as a way to give back to the community to
That's
try
right.
and be a legitimate business. So here we have a little bit of minestrone. We got your classic olives cheese, the gabagool, the coppa, the salam.
Ooh, all right.
A little bit of cannolis. We got the clams oreganata. Dig in. Which one are you going
Wait,
for
wait,
first?
wait. We gotta say grace.
Okay. I'd like to hold your hand, Alan.
Okay. All right. Dear God or whatever. What are you into?
What are you into?
I don't know.
You're asking God what they're into?
Like what kind of God are you into?
Oh, what am I into? Oh,
Yeah.
I'm Jewish, so probably the Meyer Lansky God.
Okay, I don't know one of those.
I thought you were asking God what he's in. What he's
I
into.
don't know any of those. Can you do one?
Baruch ta Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotov v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Meals of History.
I love that.
Yeah.
I don't know what you said,
we
but
did
it
it. I
felt
think we did it.
passionate. All right, here we go. Did you hear something?
Ah. What's happening? See? I'm getting into character too.
Sorry. What was that? What
The
was that
walnut
voice?
spaghetti is really interesting. I've never had anything
I swear
like
to
it.
God, I'm hearing something.
The fact that Al Capone was really into that means that I think he was a weird little psychopath. And I think he was, because this is an insane taste. The walnuts are like kind of bitter, kind of earthy.
I don't like that.
No, yeah.
Oh, okay.
What Joe Mysterio should have been eating. He wasn't gunned down in his prime by Lucky Luciano, the traitor.
I heard Al Capone had syphilis.
He did. He died of syphilis, and it was probably from the reason you think most
When
people get syphilis.
did we get antibiotics?
I remembered. I learned this. They one of the theories is that he was afraid of syringes. He didn't want to admit that to anybody, so he never got treated.
But wait,
It's actually one of the
so
reasons.
that's how they administered antibiotics back then? Was with
I
a
don't know,
syringe?
man. Apparently, that's one theory. You want some clam juice in your bread? This is the clam
That is the
oreganata.
best thing I have had in
Clam?
a long time. That is
Dude,
so
Need
good.
another clam. I'm telling you, man.
Dang.
A lot of people think of like chicken parm, lasagna, and all that from like the Italian American food canon, but like you go to stuff like clams oreganata, it is one of my favorite things in the world. Tastes rich of the sea. You want some caponata? Have you ever had this before?
No.
Yeah.
Delicious, sweet, sour eggplant. You can see the North African influences in like the Sicilian food. Here, put this on your bread.
Oh.
Gonna
just
lop
a
it onto
little
your
tiny
bread.
Baby piece of bread.
Yeah.
It's cold.
We got a lot of food to eat.
I did not expect for it to be cold.
It's cold.
I don't know if I like that. I'm gonna give it a go.
I get the lifestyle. I get it. This is fun. Hanging out with your bros, eating good food.
Usually when someone's hand is raised to me, it's gonna be something else.
Yeah, which was.
But I'm learning.
I would not have been cut out for any of this. During the St. Valentine's Day Massacre, where Capone took out like 7 people from the Northside Gang, they had like 6 new leaders in 4 years. Like they were just constantly getting murdered by their own people, by different people. I did get a piece of spaghetti on the blintz.
I
don't care
like
anymore.
that. Put it in the sauce.
Dude, this looks fantastic.
Oh, okay, then don't put it in.
I got you.
Thank you.
That might be the best tasting drink I've
Ah, I'm so excited.
So good. That's so good. That's so fun. It was from actually a kosher dairy restaurant. And then you got the Italian sweet cheese taquitos over here, right? Like, listen, you know, that's...
I'm gonna say something very controversial.
Ironically, this one's cut, that one's not. It should be the flipped, but here.
I could care less about cannolis.
Fine.
I just don't know. Because I think the ones I've had are the ones that have been sitting in the case for a while. And it's just not quite right. Maybe I haven't had a good one. Maybe this is the one.
Here, eat this one.
Give me that.
Suck it out the back.
I want other people to have some of this.
Suck it out the back. Alan, thank you so much for enjoying this meal with me. It truly was a special time.
This is a special time.
This is a special time.
Give me all your money. Oh, hang on. I got 2. Give me all your money.
I knew this was gonna happen.
Come on,
Here,
you gotta...
a flask.
Ooh, you're right. This can be a flask. You just open it up and you got a hole in there, and then you just put it. Hang on, I got this. Flask.
Good Mythical Tour is coming to Texas. Don't miss our final tour stops in Dallas and Houston. Tickets are available at goodmythicaltour.com.